Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is August 30th, 2022, and we're getting a short-term drawdown here, okay? Nothing to overreact to, and I'm going to tell you why. That interests you, then watch until the very end. Also, the topic of this live stream today is I'm bullish for the next 6 months. Okay, here's why I'm bullish for the next 6 months, and I'm going to explain why. Alright, I'm going to be looking at Bitcoin, the rest of the cryptocurrency markets, as well as the DXY. I'm bearish on the DXY for about the next 6 months. I'm bullish on equities, S&P, NASDAQ, so we're going to look at all of that, alright? But first, we're going to pay attention to this drawdown on the small time frame, on the 15-minute time frame. And guys, can you hear me okay? And actually, first, let me check if the stream's doing what it's supposed to do. One second. That should be good. That should be good. Just make sure my mic is okay too. I'm using the right mic. Let's see. So, audio, microphone, yeah, that's the proper mic. And then let's share this on Twitter. And by the way, this is going to serve as the live stream for Tuesday, both the live stream and the Bitcoin update, just because I have something to do later on. I won't be able to go live again. So this is both the update and the live stream. Turn the music down just a touch. Is that okay? Actually, you know what? Let me turn my mic up a bit as well. How about here? Alright, turn my mic up a little bit, and then the music down a touch. Okay, should be better. Should be better. Alright, let's full screen this. Alright, and let me finish my tweet. Got it. Alright, guys. I hope you're seeing this. Here we have a lot of volume, okay? We have a lot of volume. That could mean two things, one of two things. Even though this is on a 15-minute time frame, it's still relevant. This lot of volume either means that this is a new trend that's, getting started, and it's just, just initiating, or this is the end of this mini trend. Okay, looks like the latter. If you look at this looks like another corrective wave. Okay, another corrective. Let's see. A wave and B wave. That's what it looks like to me, right? It looks corrective. Once again, these AB bases, they're kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Recursive. They're recursive in the sense that they happen over and over and over again until the trend takes, okay? And then it looks like the trend hasn't taken just yet, but what we're looking at on the larger time frames, right? The daily time frame, we still have that strong bullish divergence on the daily time frame, right? I was talking about this in yesterday's stream. We have here a lower low, and then here, if you zoom this in, you have, right, and a steady double bottom on this Cassicar side for the daily time frame. So this is still very, very bullish. People understand that the large time frame needs are more likely to play out than the smaller time frames, okay? And so I would much rather, pay attention to what I'm seeing on the high time frames, right? In addition to my larger Elliott wave count, showing the 2 degrees of A basing in this pattern right here. I'd much rather pay attention to that than, the 15-minute time frame and a small drawdown, okay? And also remember, this is really, really, really important support. If you look, this support is as old as December of 2017. This is the absolute nominal high of December of 2017, okay? So right after that, you got this zigzag, or this flat correction, but this A wave was a zigzag, 1, 2, 3, 3 waves up for B, and then you have your ending diagonal for March of 2020 in your impulsive wave, okay? And that took you into this next wave. So this is what I'm seeing. I mean, you have your really, really big support, right? Of, I don't know, however many years, right there. And then here, on the smaller time frames, right? If you go down on the daily, you've got this 77-day or 78-day AB base, sequence of AB basing, okay? And then this is the end of this right here. Let's see. Yeah, this is the end of this composed B wave right here. So you're seeing that you had A, B, and then another A. So this is A, B. I erased that, so I'm drawing it back in again by hand. Small B, right? And then right here, very, very, very small degree AB basing. You zoom in uniformly, and you can see what's going on there. Looks like you finished here and then diagonal. Okay. This looks to me like an ending diagonal. Right there. Okay. And so this makes sense that it's an A wave initial break of structure targeting forward previous trend. do expect a reversal. I do expect a reversal. And then, like the topic of this stream indicates I'm bullish for the next 6 months. Okay, I'm bullish for the next 6 months. I've built positions at this bottom. I've built positions. You know, I've been dollar cost averaging into my positions. You know, for months now. You guys know this, and I went really heavy. Quite. I've been very aggressive towards the bottom of the channel right here, and there's a reason for that. I'm quite confident that we're likely to get some big moves. All right, we're likely to get some big moves, and I'm going to show you actually what this drawdown looks like in other assets that have already started their impulse patterns. One second. Double check that there's nothing in the chat. Okay. And I'm actually going to turn my voice monitor down because it's bothering me. Sometimes you want to hear the sound of your voice just to make sure everything's okay, but other times it's just, let's see, that would be here. Do not want to monitor this. Okay, great. I no longer can hear my voice, and I'm going to turn the volume up, the background music up just a touch. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Alright. So yeah, I'm sure lots of people are freaking out. People are going short. I think this is going to be a massive short squeeze right here. I think this is going to be a massive short squeeze because the larger trend, the larger indication is that this is a reversal consolidation, not a new trend. Okay, so let's look at some other assets that have already started their impulses, right? And what they look like. So here you have Cardano, and you see Cardano put in 5 waves here, right? That's 5 waves. Let's see, down here. This is a 3-wave move, okay? That's a wave 2 retracement. So if you take the bottom of the 5 waves to the top, which may be about here, you see that it's a regular, typical wave 2 retracement between 0.382 and 618 of your 5-wave sequence. Okay, so that's Cardano. Cardano seems to have already started its impulse, right? And it started that on the 28th. So that bull run seems to have started because this drawdown is respecting this golden pocket, right? This phi ratio pocket between 382 and 618, which you typically get for wave 2 retracements. And remember, wave 2 retracements are typically really sharp because very few investors, very few speculators recognize the establishment of the new trend. Okay, so that's what we see in Cardano. Definitely like the stream, comment, let me know where you're coming from. You know, shout yourself out. Don't be shy, guys. Right? Let's see. So yeah, for Bitcoin, you clearly have breached. I'm not of the camp that believes that you can retrace wave 2 beyond 618. I think if you retrace beyond the 618, it wasn't an impulsive wave. Okay, that's my belief. So if this wasn't an impulsive wave, what was it? Like I said, this looks like an ending diagonal. Then this must be wave A, wave B, okay, of some sort of consolidation reversal pattern. Remember, these are as I said before, just a sequential, what's the word I used? Recursive. Like you see them over and over and over again on a small time frame until the pattern breaks. So, you know, just because we got our larger AB bases on the daily time frame, it doesn't mean you can't see it on the smaller time frame. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing here, and right here you're getting a small a, small b in the small time frame. Expect this to break up finally. I do believe that this will be a massive short squeeze because very few people are able to read this. Very few people are able to recognize this within the larger trend, right? Zoom out to the larger time frames, guys. Look at what's going on. You've got massive bullish divergence on the daily time frame on the stochastic RSI. That's not going away. It's a double bottom on the stochastic RSI, massive bullish divergence. I'm not going to well, why not? It's a live stream, right? Lower lows on the price action, right? And then you're pretty much equal on momentum. That will play out. You don't get those without, and it's confirmed. The K and D lines are crossed. That will play out. It's foolish, and it's not very. It's quite reckless to go short here. Quite reckless. Okay, if you're going short for a few percent, a couple percent, and you're a day trader, that's fine. You use an appropriate level of risk management to protect your positions. Everybody makes money differently, but if you're looking for the bigger play, and if you're trying to time the bottom of our market, right, of our bear market, and then the beginning of our bull market, it's quite reckless. Okay, it's quite reckless. In any case, to each his own. Let's look at other assets. SHIB. What's SHIB doing? Looks like SHIB also put in some sort of, let's see, is this an A wave or is this a wave 2 correction? Let's try and find out. Alright, let's assume that this is the bottom of this move up. This is the top. Looks like SHIB actually got a wave 2 retracement, right? You see 5 waves up, 3 waves down. It's a sharp retracement right at the 618. If it doesn't completely breach this 618 level, for me it's still valid. Okay, it can wick down, no problem. Wicks are okay. Okay, and if you look at Shiba Inu on a larger time frame, let's go on the daily here. You see that it's one of those assets that actually started its bull run earlier on July 13th, it seems. Yeah. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, 3 waves down. So this to me is quite bullish because it's just the natural course of things. People expect to go up in a straight line. Oh, I told you. Like, for people who are massively bearish, what I don't understand is Bitcoin has been going up since June 18th. June 18th was when we started going up. It's pretty much been making higher highs and higher lows. Okay? This is a retracement, right? That you made a lower low with, right? You made your lower low after August 20th. But you're essentially been in an uptrend, okay? So you never made lower lows. You made a lower high, but you never made a lower low, right? You never made a lower low, really. Guys, is the music too loud? It seems a bit loud on my end. But then again, I can't hear my voice because I turned that off. I don't know. Just let me know. Let me know. Okay. Let's go back on the smaller time frame. What is this? Okay. So we looked at Bitcoin. believe that we do get our bounce here, okay? I believe that we do get our bounce here. I do think that this is a smaller AB base that's playing out. We do get our bounce here. Let's monitor that. All right, we did SHIB. Kadena looks like it's bouncing. All right. KDA, that's one of my big spot positions. And again, you can see this is clearly an A wave. This is clearly a B wave. Okay, this may be the last iteration of your AB basing on a small time frame. Right? Let's see, Vervain. Vervain is doing his thing. It's super volatile. I don't know. It's not very useful to read on a small time frame, so let's skip it. Let's go into Litecoin. Okay, Litecoin. Again, you see a big bounce at this level, and what you see is, again, it's put in what looks like an A and B, an AB base. That's an AB base, okay? Do expect a bounce at this level, okay? Again, you have that capitulative volume, right? So we're looking good for a bounce. Guys, do not overreact. Remember how to read these markets. If you're day trading, you want to go into the small time frames. You want to play with the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the hour, the 45 minute, whatever, okay? And then your risk management is in accordance with those reads, with those moves. Your position sizes, again, is in accordance with that play. But if you're trying to time the bottom of a market and you're trying to really make money that's not like super difficult, because, you know, day trading can be quite challenging, and, you know, you may incur, most likely you will incur a high degree of losses, right? And most people don't make it. And if you want to just trade and figure out how to trade and not even leverage trade, just buy spot, look at the daily time frame. Turn on your stochastic RSI. Whoops. Turn on your stochastic RSI. Look at these double bottoms on the daily stochastic RSI, which is extremely bullish. This is bullish divergence. This is going to play out. Just buy around here. You've had 100 and some odd days to buy this base. I'm bullish for the next 6 months because of this read right here. This is why I'm bullish for the next 6 months, because I'm reading this price action and I'm seeing this volume that's massive. It's just as big as this capitulative volume that happened on our orthodox low on May 12th. Look at this volume that came in, right? Around this last set of AB basing. What do you think happens after this? What do you think happens, after this? This is massively bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Again, stochastic RSI, in my estimation, is the best way to read divergences. Like, you know, it's just a matter of time. And why am I bullish for the next 6 months? I'm going to go into that very specifically. We're going to look at my Bitcoin master plan. We're going to look at the SPX. We're going to look at the DXY. I'm going to show you why you should be bearish on the DXY for the next 6 months. You should be ultra bearish on the dollar for the next 6 months. I don't follow, like, you know, necessarily what the Fed says and like listen to every word, hang on every word of Jerome Powell. But if things go as the charts indicate, the dollar will decrease in value, okay? And that's basically it's going to be, you know, we're no longer going to experience inflation, but that may create some serious economic hardship, okay? So the dollar's going down. That's what the charts are showing, right? Look at RSR. It's already started its run. Massively bullish divergent on the stochastic RSI, okay? And if you go onto smaller time frames, let's go into smaller time frames. You see, this is much ado about nothing. This is a 15-minute time frame. Look at that bounce. Look at that bounce right here. Right? you see? I mean, expect a big bounce from here. Expect a big bounce from here. XRP. Again, expect a big bounce. This looks to me like an A wave and a subsequent B wave, okay? Expect a bounce. And this bounce may be your first impulse in XRP, in Litecoin, in other assets that haven't gone into impulse. Same thing with VRA. Look at what you're seeing here. Expect a short squeeze, right? There's a lot of people who don't read corrective price action. They're just into lines and have no context. They're into trends and lines. That's fine and well. But at the end of the day, if you really want to read the markets carefully, you have to pay attention to corrective price action and understand where you are in context, right? That to me is an AB base right there. Boom. Veracity. It's found support. Guys, smart buyers are here, right? Smart money is here. Buying, right? Don't get spooked. Don't get spooked. Look at this. I'm on the 15-minute time frame, so I'm looking at the small time frames, even though a lot of my reads and a lot of my moves and a lot of my reasoning is high time frame, and I'm thinking in terms of months. You can look at the short time frames and see this is a bunch of AB basing going on. Are you ready for what comes next? Right? Ethereum already started its bull run. You see 5 waves here. This is wave 2. Expect a reversal right here. Okay? Dodo already started its 5-wave impulse with an ending diagonal. You see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quintessential. Wave 5 ending diagonal. Wave 2 that basically breaks down to the base of that ending diagonal, that rising wedge. Expect a reversal. Okay? And you're right at support right here, okay, for Dodo. BNB is already in impulse, okay. This is an ending diagonal once again, and you have wave 2 retracing to the base of that rising wedge, and again finding support right here. Expect reversal, okay. This is the beginning. This is just the beginning, my friends. Right? Here, Zilliqa is found support on the 786. That to us means that it's a B wave. Okay? So this is an A wave. This is a B wave. Right? At the 786. Classic 786 retracement for B waves. Expect to move up. Okay? Alright. Now, let's oh wow. Okay. I'm gonna turn down the music. It seems like it's a bit loud. Let's see. Okay. All right. So we're looking at this. If this is indeed an AB base, it should take us into impulse, and the impulse should be massive. Okay. If this is the impulse that is meant to take us to 1.7 million in Q1 by Q1 of 2023, so the next 6 months should be massively bullish. This may be the absolute last corrective move for Bitcoin, okay, and most other cryptocurrency assets, right? So this is what we're looking at here. Looks like a massive bounce in Litecoin. All right, so now let's talk about the macro, okay? Again, enough with the small time frames. We're gonna monitor this throughout the stream, okay? But let's look at the macro. Why am I bullish for the next 6 months? Okay, let's look at Bitcoin's larger chart. Let's go on the weekly time frame. Let's turn on the log. Okay, and we can see here, this is my entire sort of analysis of Bitcoin's price action throughout the 13-year life cycle. All right, we don't need volume, so let's turn that off. And you can see here, it looks as if we're in minor wave 2. Okay, you have minor wave 1, minor wave 2. This minor wave 3, if it were to proceed along the resistances and the support levels of this channel, and just typical, Elliott wave theory, where you can expect wave 3 to extend to about 1618 to 2 Fibonacci extension of wave 1, you can see that it should hit around here between 1.5 and 4.3 million. Okay, so, and the time frame for that, given Fibonacci time extension, or time estimate, because it's not just price but also time, that we're looking at should be around Q1 of 2023. Okay, so that's about 6 months, and that also corroborates or coincides with the top resistance of this channel, this rising channel. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. That's basically, if you're subscribed, you'll know that I've been saying, I actually have a specific date, February 19th, 2023. Okay, that's when I think Bitcoin's going to top thereabouts. Right? Again, that's just a placeholder. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be exactly that, but it's a placeholder. Okay, now for let's see, just give a quick look, see who's bouncing, what's bouncing, because this should be a violent bounce. We expect a violent bounce. If this is indeed an AB base, and this is the end of the AB base, this should be the start of the new impulse. We should see violent reactions to the upside. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Let's just quickly see if anything's popped in the market. Let's go to crypto bubbles. Guys, don't forget to like the stream, follow or subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. So just looking at the top, let's look at the top 100. We'll just keep an eye on this. I don't know if anything's bounced yet. No, nothing yet. Okay, we'll monitor this for the time we're streaming together. All right, so let's look. Actually, I think I turned down the music a little too low. Yeah, can you guys hear it? I think that's better. All right. Now let's look at equities. Let's look at traditional markets. Let's look at the S&P, the SPX, okay? So, why am I bullish for the next 6 months? Because I understand right now that cryptocurrency and traditional markets, the SPX, NASDAQ, they're correlated, right? SPX goes up, crypto goes up. SPX goes down, crypto goes down. What I have here is SPX indeed in correction, okay? Let's get that straight. SPX, to me, from what I'm reading, is in correction, right? So what we had here, what I've shown here is the 3 waves that I think are likely to kind of play out, given this first wave. Okay, we've got a 3-wave move. Given that we have a 3-wave move, I think we're gonna print a flat correction. A flat correction is something like this, a 335 correction, and sometimes it's like this, and a lot of times it's expanded, meaning right here, as you can see, the B wave comes up above the origination of the A wave, okay? And it typically does that to a maximum of 1618 Fibonacci retracement. So if you take this, you can see, wow. Guys, I didn't even do that before. I promise I didn't do that before. I didn't look at that. I didn't use my Fibonacci retracement to set that level. I just eyeballed it, and I used this trend line, this dotted trend line, which I'm going to show you in a second, which is basically what the SPX has been doing since 2009. So I drew a trend line here because we've been respecting this trend line. Do you see? So again, this is strong because it's old, okay? Whenever you have something that lasts for quite a bit of time, you know that it's a strong relationship. So a 2010, you know, this is what, a 12-year trend. So right here, rejection, right here, rejection, right here, rejection, right here, rejection, right here, rejection. It's just been respected so often. I can't not pay attention to that trend line, right? That 12-year trend line. Yeah? So given that price keeps trying to test that line and gets rejected from it, I don't think it'll be any different here in our ABC flat correction. As you can see, right? It's a 335 expanded flat, okay? And as we know, the B wave of this A wave can only extend between to as far as the 1618, and that's exactly what you have here, okay? And that both respects the trend line, and that both respects the norms of an expanded flat, okay? So this is why I'm bullish for the next 6 months. If you take the time it took, okay, first let's set the context. If you don't know, let me not make this assumption. So when I'm reading this price action, you know, for the S&P 500 on the weekly time frame, I'm not exactly sure where we are, okay? I'm not going to assume that I know exactly, you know, this is, you know, minor wave 2 of, you know, intermediate wave 3 or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think what's most important is you recognize this as being an important flat correction. This is an ABC flat correction. And then what comes after is a 5-wave move. I know that's a 5-wave move, okay? So I'm just taking this as a 5-wave move and this as my initial break of structure, my A wave, okay? And what do we know about the A wave? Once you break structure, once you stop a trend, you target wave 4 of the previous trend. That's exactly what was done here, do you see, in these 3 waves. So what you're likely to do is put in your 3 waves, put in 3 more waves, right? As you started to do, you put your base of your B wave, and then put in your final impulsive wave. Now, how do I know that this isn't it, right? That these 3 waves aren't the exhaustive 3 waves of this correction, and then we can just go up. How do we know that? There's 2 reasons I know that. 2 reasons I know that this is a part of a compound, or this is a part of a compounded correction. Do you see what I mean? This is not a standalone. 2 reasons. One, we know that the minimum retracement for a wave 2 is the 382. We haven't hit the 382. Okay? On average, the minimum retracement of a wave 2 correction is the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. We have not hit the 0.382. So that tells me it's unlikely, okay? Even though we're close, we pretty much haven't hit it, okay? And the second thing is, remember, when you're doing charting and analysis, you're not just looking at price, you're looking at time, okay? And the time is insufficient because we know that according to Elliott wave theory, waves of the same degree are comparable in time and in price. Waves of the same degree are comparable in time and price. So if I'm in this degree, I put in 5 waves in this degree, right? And it took me about 650 days. I know that if I start correcting, it's gonna have to take me close to 650 days to complete that correction. And this A wave right here is only taken about 150 days, okay? So I know that I still have about 500 days left for this ABC flat correction, okay? So if I take 500 and I, kind of assume that these impulses happen quickly, that's why we call them impulses. They happen quickly. So I'm not going to say, 250 days for the A wave or B wave and 250 days for the impulse, the C wave. No, I'm going to say it's more like 200 days or a little less than 200 days for the B wave. Or sorry, 200 days or a little less than 200 days for my my impulse, okay? And then about 280 to 300 days for my B wave, okay? So I'm going to take this, and my B wave has already started, okay? So it's not just, remember, you have to base these. So this is the start of the B wave was in May, okay, May 16th, as I see it. Okay, very close to Bitcoin's orthodox, or not Bitcoin's orthodox low, but most altcoins print their orthodox low on May 12th, okay? And that actually coincides with the beginning of the B wave in the S&P. How amazing is that, yeah? So if you look at this, to me, that is about, so far, we've taken about 105 days, okay? And what I say, this B wave to take about 300 days, 280, 300 days, that gives you about 180, 200 days, which is about 6 months. This is why I'm bullish for the next 6 months. That's reason number 2, okay? The reason number 1 was showing you Bitcoin and my larger chart analysis showing a projected minor wave 3 ending in Q1, more specifically February of 2022. That's about 6 months. Now I'm showing you this B wave in the S&P that's about to hit, that should hit the top of this resistance right here, which both coincides with 2 things, actually. It coincides with it. Guys, the more confluence you get in analysis, the more likely it is to play out. The more confluence you get in analysis, the more likely it is to play out. Okay, I'm going to show you something really interesting. If you project wave 1 of an Elliott wave, the minimum extension you should get for wave 5 is 2236. I'm not going to prove this to you mathematically right now, but there's solid math to be able to prove this, okay? Wave 1, minimum extension of wave 1 is 1 Fibonacci extension. You typically get an extension of 1618 to between 1618 and the 2. Minimum extension of wave 5 tends to be 1236 or 1618, or inverse 1618 of wave 4, or the 618 of wave 3, okay? All that put together means that if you take your wave 1 Fibonacci, or if you take your wave 1 Elliott wave and your retracement of wave 2, you project the 2236 and you should get your minimum extension for your entire 5-wave impulse. Where do you see this 2236? Look at this 2236. Not only does it coincide with this 12-year resistance, right, that I showed you from 2009, 2010, okay, it also coincides with the maximum extension of the B wave with respect to the A wave, the phi ratio, the 1618. So do you understand? There's too much confluence there. For me, if I'm in equities, if I'm in stocks, I'm looking and I'm long until we hit about 5,560. Everything points to 5,560. Everything points to 5,560, and we're not there yet. Okay, we still need to put in a few waves, and that's maybe a 40% hike from here. Okay, and the time it takes, once again, is approximately 180 to 200 days from now, which is about 6 months. Okay, I could give it about 6 months, because you have to put in a pivot there. So this is so yeah, I showed you all the confluences with this level, why we can go here. Okay, what else? Okay, yeah, that's my reason number 2. And then reason number 3, we're gonna look at the DXY, or the dollar. Okay, and let's have a quick look at Bitcoin. Are we getting our bounce? Okay, we seem to get our bounce. Okay, are we getting a stronger bounce in anything else? Looks like Litecoin is bouncing. Let's go on the 15-minute time frame. Guys, if you're getting value, please like the stream. I don't see anybody talking about this to this level of, at least for free. I don't charge for any of this, and I'm giving you everything I know, and I'm going into high levels of detail. I'm not holding anything back. I don't get paid by YouTube. I don't have a paid group or any courses that I charge for. I just get paid by my trades. The market pays me if you guys are able to get value, just like the stream. It's encouraging. Yeah, so Litecoin's getting a strong bounce. Let's see, Cardano's getting an even stronger bounce. SHIB's getting a strong bounce. Let's see, reserve rights. We're bouncing. Okay, obviously time will tell if this bounce holds, but it should. Given our analysis, this bounce should hold. This should not continue to the downside. Okay, let's see, Bitcoin again. Okay, and again, we are expecting a violent bounce here. For all of the high time frame reasons we stated, we're expecting a violent bounce here, so we'll see. Okay, now back to the third reason I'm really bullish for the next 6 months. Okay, let's go into the DXY. Now, why am I looking at the DXY? Automatically, my chart, it switches to let me go full screen again. Automatically, my chart switches to the daily time frame, because this is an index, right? That is only measured on the daily time frame, right? The dollar index is the measurement of it's basically a basket of currencies that the dollar's pegged against. Okay, I don't know exactly all of the different currencies that are included in here, but it's a good indication of what world currencies are doing. Okay, and up until now, we've been talking about inflation not only in America, but we've been talking about inflation all over the world, in Europe, in African countries, in Central and South American countries. Look at this. Let's zoom out on the weekly. Ever since about 2021, you've been getting inflation. The dollar has been gaining strength, right? This is exactly, this is visible on the charts, okay? And in the past, let's zoom out again on the weekly time frame, because I already charted this properly. Okay, so what you can see here is I put in cycle waves, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott waves. Okay, everything. You can look at housing prices, you can look at the cost of energy, you could look at anything, gold, silver. According to Ralph Nelson Elliott, this is basically how humans tick. Greed and fear dictates that every asset can be charted in impulses of 5, whether up or down, and then retracements of 3, or variations, flavors of 3. Okay, So here we have the dollar moving in 5 Elliott waves impulsively, okay? This is exactly what we expect, okay? Now it's reached the top of this move, and why do we know it's reached the top of this move? We have our cycle waves, our 5 cycle waves here. Actually, 1 second. Let me. We do not have our 5 cycle waves. We have our 4 cycle waves. 5 can be even higher, okay? Inflation can get a lot worse before it gets better. It's going to get better before it gets worse, but I think this chart is showing us basically that wave 5 is somewhere up here, okay? And how do we project wave 5? 2 ways. I said it before. You can take the 618 or golden mean of wave 3, okay? So that would be here, okay? So these are just, you know, estimate projections. So the 618 of wave 3, which would be around here, okay? So around where we're at right now, actually. And the inverse 1618 of wave 4. So let's do that. Okay, you know what? We may be done. Because we may be done. That may be wave 5. I don't know why I didn't put in wave 5. Where's wave 5? Did I put it in here? No, see, I didn't put it in. I changed my mind. It's done. That's done, okay? Why? Just for the reasons I stated. Wave 5 can be projected by taking wave 3, taking the Fibonacci extension of wave 3, retracement of wave 4, and then projecting the 618. We did that, and that takes us to around where we're at. And then the second way is you take the inverse 1618, which is also the phi ratio of wave 4, and you can see that that is at 114. However, you can also typically get targets of 1236 or between 1236 and 1618, and that's exactly where we're at now. I believe that we're finished, okay? This is why I believe we're finished, and this is it, okay? Heretofore, I don't know why I put wave 5 up there, but that confused me. But this is it. This is it for the dollar, okay? What you're going to see right now, this is the extent of the inflation, not according to what Jerome Powell said, not according to my degree in macroeconomics. I have no such degree. I don't care. I don't watch C-SPAN. I don't care what the news says. I'm looking at the charts, okay? I'm a chartist. I'm a wave technician, and looking at the DXY, the chart's telling me that this is it. Inflation can't get any worse. It's going to get better. If that's good news, or actually, you know what? Let's say inflation can't get that much worse, because if this is an initial break of structure, our B wave can go above that A wave, and then we can pivot and even reach above that. But in any case, right, it shouldn't get that much worse. That's all I'm saying, okay? But this is what I'm seeing in the dollar. For the next 6 months, we're not just getting a rejection, but we're getting an entire cycle break of structure. What does it, what's basic Elliott wave theory? 5 waves up, 3 waves down, okay? And in order to take those 3 waves down, you first have to put in that first initial break of structure, that A wave, okay? This A wave typically targets wave 4 of the previous trend. I say this all the time in the channel. Where do you think this A wave is gonna come, okay? And so now let's zoom in. Now we have a better understanding as to what's going on the larger time frames. And you always want to do this when you're charting, when you're trading, anything. Zoom out first, get some context, understand what you're looking at, and then zoom in. But if you zoom in and you don't have any idea about the context, it's very difficult to make sense of what you're looking at on the smaller time frames, okay? So here we have an ending diagonal. This is it. I counted this. So on the smaller time frames, on the daily time frame, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, and I believe it's very likely that this is it for this impulse, because we have your quintessential ending diagonal, right? Fifth wave ending diagonal. You only get that at the end of a trend, okay? So that's another reason why this trend is likely ending. Now, what did we get? We got an initial break of structure on the smaller time frame here, and that targeted wave 4 of the previous trend right here, and then a B wave, okay? And that B wave on the daily time frame, you can see very clearly you've gotten a rejection. So if you use candlestick analysis, whenever you see a wick, right? So if you look at your candlestick and you see the wick and the body of the candle, right? This is the body of the candle, a strong wick to the upside. That's bearish, meaning that means there's strong selling pressure or strong resistance up top. Do you see that right here? It doesn't matter the color of the candle, actually. It could be red, it could be green. If you see a candle like this, right, that means the price is looking to go down, okay? And this is very, you can more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's more reliable on the higher time frame. So if you're looking at a daily time frame or a weekly time frame, bearish candle like this, you understand that something about this trend is going down, okay? Just like the opposite is true, okay? If you see a candle like this with the body and then the stick down here, that's bullish. It typically means there's strong buying pressure, okay? So that's just so you understand. This candle right here shows us that this pivot is basically over, okay? And we're pivoting into this trend. Remember, this is another flat correction, right? It's a 3-wave move, A, B, C. And now that you're pivoting, expect for this right here, this initial break of structure on the larger time frames to target wave 4 of this previous trend. So of the larger trend, remember the weekly trend, you see our cycle wave 4, this is our initial break of structure on the larger time frame. It's going to target wave 4 of the previous trend, right? It's going to show that, yes, we had 5 waves. Now this trend is up. I'm going to put in an initial break of structure, okay? And the approximate time that this can take is likely to be comparable with this entire move. So let's zoom back out on the weekly time frame, okay? Zooming back out on the weekly time frame, we can see that this entire cycle wave, okay, that you saw, let's leave that right here. Let's measure the time it took, okay? So from wave 1 to wave 5, it's about 4,150 days, okay? 4,150 days. It's likely that this entire move take 4,150 days thereabouts. Again, in terms of Elliott wave theory, waves of the same degree are comparable in time and in price, okay? So if this is 5 waves up, you're likely to get 3 waves down in a comparable manner, right? In the time it takes. So if we want to measure more or less the same amount of time, let's put in one second. Let's get some more space here. Okay. So about 4,000, we said 4,000 some odd days. Okay, let's see how many bars that was so that we can count it, okay? This is just a rough estimate, but again, Elliott wave theory is powerful because it gives you bearings. It gives you a decent, or a more or less some way to understand. Okay, how more or less how long can this take? Okay, this is 592 bars. Okay, 592 bars to go up. So inflation for 4,144 days, 5 waves up. You know, so we should expect 592 bars or something comparable, right? On the way down as well, right? But in 3 waves. Okay? And this is just the nature of fiat currency here, right? You're saying, well, Dean, what are you talking about? Like, you're saying that this is going to go up ad infinitum? That's the nature of fiat currency. You kind of keep going up. It keeps inflating. It's not deflationary. That's why cryptocurrency exists. It's a response to this issue, right? Try as you may, fiat currencies are devalued because of money printing, because of, you know, inflationary pressures. It just happens like that. So 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Yes, it will continue until something fundamentally changes, right? Maybe they adopt a cryptocurrency or a central bank digital currency that is more controlled algorithmically, so that, you know, this natural inflation pressure doesn't happen. But yeah, this is what we're looking at. So again, if you divide these 4,141 days into 3, and you don't know what kind of this is going to look like, right? You can get, you can get a complex correction right before your sorry, that's exaggeration, right? We expect, once again, for any retracement of a 5-wave move to be down to between the 382 and the 618, okay? But you don't know what you're going to get here. You can get all kinds of complex corrections. It can take, you know, quite long. But what we know is we won't be surprised if it takes 592 bars once again. Oops, 592 bars. Wait, what's going on here? Sorry, 1 second. Oh, I changed the chart, so it's a different count. So here it's 131 bars. Let's count 131 bars. Yeah, something like this. Okay. So in 3033, something like that, you know? 3033, something like that. We expect that downtrend, that deflationary pressure in the dollar to finally reach some sort of end. Okay, and that's a large time frame read, okay? I wasn't necessarily planning on talking about the dollar so extensively, but the whole purpose of my mentioning this is to say that your initial break of structure is typically swift, right? It's typically swift because it tells people, oh, the trend's changed. It's quick, right? And then the counter move tends to take all the time in the world, okay? Expect that B wave, as complex as it can be. It's probably going to be super complex because, remember, you have until about 2033 rather, before you pivot and finish that trend up. So, but that first move, I think, is going to be what takes us into the next bull run for equities and crypto. Okay, and that's why I'm bullish for the next 6 months. That's the third and final reason I'm bullish for the next 6 months. I'm looking on the smaller time frames on the daily, and I'm seeing, as I just stated, a rejection of the DXY at this level. Okay, it's a rejection because I count 5 waves here. I count an initial break of structure on the smaller time frames. I count a pivot. I see a pivot. I see a strong bearish candle on the daily time frame, right? Showing an exhaustion of this trend and a pivot into this new trend. I wouldn't be surprised if the next 6 months the dollar dropped like a rock. Okay, establishing the beginnings of a 10-year trend that's not just going to go in one direction. Okay, understand what I just showed is this. This is going to be an initial break of structure. It might be swift. It might take 6 to 8 months. I'm bullish for the next 6 to 8 months. But the majority of time for this ABC correction, at the end of the day, it's just going to be a simple flat correction, okay? The majority of the time, this ABC correction, let's go on the weekly time frame so it makes sense. The majority of the time, this is going to be consolidation and chop up and down. Nobody's going to be able to read it. It's going to be, difficult to read, more or less, but it's basically just going to be consolidative in this flat correction. And then finally, I think in 2033, we're going to find that impulse down again, right? To complete the flat correction. So this is what I'm seeing on the dollar. That's why I'm bullish in equities and crypto for the next 6 months, because of this initial break of structure. Okay, so those were the 3 reasons. Looking at crypto on the large time frames, looking at the S&P 500 on the large time frames, looking at the DXY on the large time frames, and as well the smaller time frames. If you guys missed that, just rewind. You can rewind this live stream as you wish. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back on the smaller time frames and look how crypto's doing. Have we bounced? What of our violet move to the upside? Okay, and looks like we are bouncing. Okay, so I started the stream saying don't overreact to this move to the downside, because according to the analysis, according to the large time frame reads, we should be getting a violent move to the upside, okay? And it's been a long time coming. Again, with analysis, it's not a crystal ball. It's not magic. I can't tell you exactly the day, the hour. I can't tell you how many AB-based recursions are going to happen. But I can tell you that, with a high degree of probability, this is likely to happen. Okay, so let's take volume off. We don't need it for now. And like we were saying, you got this move to the downside. It's probably spooked a lot of people, maybe liquidated some people that, got in recklessly and, didn't mind their margins. But at the end of the day, if you read this properly, this is an AB base, my friends, right? This is likely to be the final iteration of your AB basing, right? Because if you want to zoom out really quickly on the daily time frame, right? And a lot of people are not able to read this, right? This is why it's very important. Get comfortable trying to read corrective price action. If you really want to be good and catch trends, get comfortable reading chop, corrective price action. It may seem boring. All the money, all of the success in trading is made reading corrections. If you want to time bottoms, time tops, learn to be comfortable reading corrections. The trends, uptrends, downtrends, any idiot can tell you it's going up or it's going down. You want to catch the cause, not the result, not the effect, right? Like Wyckoff, right? Wyckoff keeps saying, or kept saying in his treatises, you want to really pay attention to the cause. Wyckoff theory is all based on cause. The effect comes as a result of the cause. So in order to see and predict or prognosticate the effect, you should understand the cause. If I'm saying I'm expecting a violent move to the upside, it's because I'm reading the cause. The effect follows, right? Most traders, most analysts are only trading cause. And that's fine. But who's to say that even if you do see an uptrend, you can make sense of it? You have no context. You still have fear, so you probably won't get in. You probably won't get in until we make an all-time high. Do you see what I mean? You will never feel comfortable getting involved in such an uptrend without an understanding of the cause, right? No matter if people say, hey, yeah, it's an uptrend. Yeah, you'll say, but macro, but Jerome Powell, but inflation, but China, but you'll never get involved, right? The only reason I'm like putting every single last dollar I own into crypto right now and going for broke is because I'm reading causes. And again, if you look at this double zigzag, right? I'm not going to go into it, but double zigzag, initial break of structure. This is your first A wave. This is your first B wave. That's your big A, big B. This is small a. This is small b. Right? You see 2 degrees of AB basing on a large time frame. Then you zoom in. You know you're almost close. And you know you turn on your momentum indicators. This is how you use your indicators. First, you read price action. Then you use your indicators to corroborate your reads. You see a double bottom on the daily time frame. You see strong bullish divergence, right? It's going down in price action and it's even in the momentum indicator. And then what you do is you zoom in on the smaller time frame, okay? But you're not so much concerned with the, the ups and downs on the smaller time frame, right? That doesn't concern you. The big money in trading, my friends, is made on the large time frame, not the small time frame. And I can speak to that from experience. I've been the guy who tried to trade the 5-minute, 10, 15-minute time frame, who had alarms waking him up for little moves here and there. Like, it's stressful, yeah, and it can be lucrative, but 90% of people, maybe even more, lose trying to trade small time frames. It's exceedingly difficult, especially in crypto, especially with volatile assets. The big money is made reading trends and building positions on larger trends. And here you have, I think here you have an ending diagonal, okay? And this may be your final iteration of AB basing before a massive move up, okay? That's pretty much it. Let's look at these other assets in the watch list, and then we're gonna look at things that are not in my watch list, and we're gonna have a glance at the crypto bubbles, and then we're gonna call it a stream. I hope you're having a great whatever day it is. It's Tuesday. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Okay. Let's go on the smaller time frames. Okay. So on a small time frame, we don't need the log scale. Okay. Let this AB base. I can't tell you when, but I can tell you it's soon. It's high degree probability. Very soon. Okay? Very soon. Don't be surprised when it comes. And everybody kind of loses their minds. Oh my god, it's here. Let's see. Cardano. Yeah, like I said, Cardano is one of those that already started their bull run. That is a quintessential wave 2 retracement right here. Okay, quintessential wave 2 retracement. You're going for wave 3. Okay, should. That's some AB basing, I think that is right here. On the small time frames, I would say this is big A, this is big B, this is small A, this is small b, okay? So this all is 2 degrees of AB basing on the small time frames for SHIB, okay? And I think if you, let's zoom out. Yeah, on the large time frames, I think this was also some sort of A wave and some sort of B wave. And the reason I say that is because, once again, B waves tend to love the 786. If you're beyond the 618, you broke the 618, I don't consider it bullish. Sorry, I do not consider it impulsive, okay? It's a corrective wave. You have yet to go into impulse, okay? That's just my take on it. I know some people believe that wave 2 retracements can break the 618 as long as they don't break the origin of wave 1, but I don't ascribe to that notion. I think that you may get that on occasion, right? On small, really, very, very rarely on leading diagonals and ending diagonals. So diagonals, that's about it. And obviously triangles, but triangles are corrective, so diagonals, right? Let's see. Small time frame. Let's go back to small time frame. And I know this, the stream is unpopular. The idea of saying you're bullish is unpopular right now because, price action has been corrective, and you're talking about a bottom. But as Changpeng Zhao said this morning on Twitter, that the head of Binance, the founder of Binance, he said, every bull market starts at the end of a bear market. Or, did he say it like that? Yeah, every bull market starts at the end of a bear market, or something like that. Something like that. So basically, it's saying that it doesn't always have to be bearish. In any case, you have KDA, same. This is an AB base, right? This is unmistakably an AB base, right? At some point soon, do you expect a move up? These things are recursive. Can't tell you how many times it's going to happen on a smaller and smaller time frame. It's just going to happen ad infinitum until it breaks. Okay, but the trend we're reading is indeed up. Ravane, too volatile to look at on the small time frame. Litecoin. Okay, here it looks like you have that A wave, that B wave, and then you're doing the same thing here for smaller A, smaller B, again recursively until the trend breaks. All right, so we're waiting for that. We're waiting for that. XRP, same thing. All this was an A wave, a nice A wave, and a B wave. You know it's a B wave because that's way past the 786. Okay. Right. You just tagged, way past the 618. You just tagged the 786. That is very, very quintessentially B wave, right? Tagging the 786. Okay. VRA. Same thing. Here you can see your 2 degrees. That's A, B, A, B. Okay. Once again, you're tagging the 786. Okay. DOT. I recently opened a leverage position on DOT. A, big B, small A, small B. Tagging the 786 here. Let's see. Actually, DOT may be already an impulse, right? Because this is probably this is probably already an impulse. Either it's already an impulse or it's putting in a zigzag, okay? Either it's an impulse or it's putting in a zigzag. Either way, it's respecting the 0618, okay? Ethereum, it's already an impulse, one of those assets that started its impulsive price action on July 13th, okay? And Ethereum is very bullish. I mean, it's not even taking its wave 2 retracement to the extent of the 0618. So Ethereum's very bullish. I have 2 ETH that I'm trading right now, okay, on margin. Okay, so Dodo looks to be an impulse. Either it's an impulse or it's putting in a zigzag, okay, which is a 535 corrective move. So 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Very bullish. Very, very, very bullish. Okay? Expect a big bounce, my friends, right? Don't overreact. Binance coin. Let's see. This is, I know the large time frame read is, it's just coming out of a wave 2 correction. I'll just show you that in case you're not familiar with this chart. Okay, so let's go into the 4-hourly time frame. You can see Binance is one of those assets that started printing bullish, started its bull run on July 13th, as you can see here. You see July 13th right here. There you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, 1, 2, 3 waves down. And everything that you have from here on out is AB basing. Again, AB basing, there's no hard and fast rule. Sometimes it's small and imperceptible. Sometimes it's larger, right? Sometimes it seems like it's part of that wave 2 correction. But this is the wave 2 correction, and that was finished. You see how sharp that wave 2 correction was. It was sharp. It was decisive. It typically is, it represents market participants not buying that the establishment of the new trend, so selling into strength. That's what you typically see for wave 2. But Binance coin is very strong. It's very bullish. Why? Because even in a wave 2 correction, which you typically see come down all the way to the 0.618, you see Binance coin, kind of like Ethereum, is completely satisfied with the retracement to the 0.5. That is bullish. It's showing you we're not retracing anymore. Okay, so it hit this level, went in. That's AB. That's big A, big B. This is obviously small a, small b. I think this is the first impulse of this move up, this third wave. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing in Binance. Let's go back down to the small time frames. Okay, and let's look at ZIL. I don't like to look at EOS because I have such a small position in EOS. I don't really care. It's so small. It's like the exchange gave me some like free money for promotional purposes, and it's just sitting on Voyager. I don't really care about it. It's gonna be like dinner money or something after the, after a few months, but it's nothing. So I don't really look at that chart because, when you're charting and you're invested, you have energy behind understanding what's going on, and I don't know. It's hard to really put effort into something that you don't care for. You know what I mean? But when you're financially invested, you pay attention to every single last detail, right? And you seem to, at least I do. I don't look at EOS's chart because I have no financial, I don't consider that money what's on in that trade, and it's on spot anyway. It's not even on leverage, so we could just stay there forever, and it's just there. In any case, ZIL, which I got into last night, looks to be again in an AB base. Okay, that looks like an AB base right here. Looks like you finished. Okay, look, here's very clearly big A, big B right here. This is small a, targeting wave 4 of the previous trend right here. Okay, and then small b, 1, 2, 3. And that's bullish. Look at the slant. Look at the slant of this. When you have an expanded flat that actually doesn't, it's running. It's a running flat, okay? It's both expanded and running. Why is it expanded? It's the B wave. The B wave goes above, it breaks the plane of where the A wave started, okay? So that's why it's expanded, and it's running because if we do bounce from here and go up, your C wave or your impulse will never have reached the point of inflection of this A wave, okay? Running flats are exceedingly rare and exceedingly bullish, and you tend to see them at the bottom of markets. Okay, so let's actually zoom in and see. Okay, it looks like what you've got here is some sort of ending diagonal. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 with an extended wave 5. Okay, and if you look on the momentum indicator, you should be able to see that. Yeah, you should be able to see that. And then on the higher time frames, should be bottomed out. Okay, should be bottomed out. In any case, this looks bullish. It may continue to go down a little bit, but it looks very bullish and poised for reversal like the rest of the market. Okay, so I mean, you can make you know, there's a lot of people that are of the belief that crypto is going to go and make new lower lows. Okay, so they're shorting. A lot of people that have big accounts on Twitter, on social media, they also claim to day trade. I don't think they actually do, because if they did, they'd be really good at it. And trading chop is something that, you know, very few can do successfully. But they claim to trade all of these moves that they predict. And you know, you can make a little money trading small time frames, right? But the little money you make here is it's negligible versus the potential you can make for reading the large trend change. Okay, and we already looked yesterday during yesterday's live stream at all of the indications as to why it's likely, it's very likely, looking at you know, all of the different indices, the Puel multiple, the R-HODL ratio, all that stuff, why this is a market bottom. Okay. Also, apparently the Gaussian channel just flipped green for the first time in a long time. I think it's the daily or the weekly Gaussian channel. I don't use all those indicators, but I saw somebody talking about it on Twitter. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna call it a stream. Oh no, I promised to look at. Let's look at. So we went down our watch list. Oh, another thing I want to show you. Look at Bitcoin dominance, guys. Remember what's going on. This is another reason you should be really FOMOing into longs. Look at Bitcoin dominance. Look at Bitcoin dominance. Okay, again, for those of you who don't know what this means, Bitcoin dominance is a measure of Bitcoin's strength in terms of the percentage of market cap it makes up vis-a-vis the total cryptocurrency market cap. Okay, so typically what happens is when Bitcoin's going up and altcoins are going down, the market cap increases. When Bitcoin goes down, right, in price, and altcoins go down in price, the market cap increases because Bitcoin typically dumps less than other altcoins. There's also a scenario where Bitcoin goes up and altcoins go up even further. Bitcoin market cap decreases because everything's gaining strength against Bitcoin. This is why I'm not trading Bitcoin right now. I'm only trading altcoins, because market cap is set to really tank. Okay, and I drew this pattern. I've had this pattern in for months, but this is really on the edge of breaking. Okay, this is what we call a head and shoulders pattern. It's a bearish pattern. Okay, confirmation of this pattern is the break of this neckline right here, which is at 40%. We've been dumping. We were at a high of 48% not too long ago, just you know, a month or two ago. Now we're at 40%, and we're about to break 40%. Guys, the target for this is 23.9%. This is also why I'm bullish, because Bitcoin dominance is telling us that for the next little bit of time, probably a few months, right? And I'm guessing 6 months, Dominance is going to tank. Dominance is going to tank. And in this time, you're going to experience what we call an alt season, where altcoins go and do thousands of percentage points, right? Bitcoin's also going to go up, but not as much as the altcoins, right? Just look at dominance tanking. I mean, it's quite a sight to see, because it's not just, you know, going down a little bit. It's a drastic, impulsive move down, right? This corroborates our larger reads on the market, on the DXY, on, you know, the S&P, on Bitcoin. Like, everything comes together, guys. The beauty of technical analysis is when things start to come together and say the same things. Everything's pointing to the same thing. It's not that important if you're getting, oh, you know, this move on the 5 and 15 minute chart. Like, what really counts is you're able to reach the large trends, right? If you are, you will make life-changing wealth. You will. It's really hard to not to, if you can read and you can see all the different clues, right? This is what's telling us. It's very likely that we get a bounce. It's very likely that, here, let's go and see small time frames. We just got a bit more volatility. See what's going on. Okay, another move to the downside, but again, small time frame. AB basing, small time frame AB basing. Okay. Maybe, I don't know how to read this, but looks like this is some sort of A wave. I don't know if this is small A or big A, or the second degree or first degree. This could be the second degree B wave. This can be it, or this could be the first. I don't know. Okay, but I'm excited. I'm excited, right? I'm excited for the bounce. Same thing here. On Litecoin, this looks like the first degree, but it may be the second degree of this larger AB base, okay? Expect big bounces. Expect a violent bounce. I'm excited. Okay, now let's look at, what's Ethereum doing? Same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing. Okay, let's look at the general crypto market. More volatility. Everything seems to be going with Bitcoin right now, right? Nothing seems to have bounced. Nothing seems to have bounced yet. So let's just keep an eye on Bitcoin. Okay. What's it doing? What's it gonna do? We're gonna get that violent bounce, right? That's what we're looking for. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. I always forget to like my own streams. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Alright, we're looking for a violent move to the upside, not the downside, to the upside. Are we going to get it? Alright, let's look at our momentum indicator. Momentum indicator is indicating that we should be getting a move up. Are we going to get a move up? Bitcoin seems to have bounced a little bit. XRP bounced a little bit. Dodo. This is a 15-minute time frame, by the way. So we're looking at small time frames. We're looking at moves. Reason we're looking at the small time frames is because we're expecting a big move soon. Let me actually measure this right here. Oops. Let's see. Let's take this wave. Yeah, let's take this wave 1. Retracement of wave 2. Okay, we have 2236. This should be complete, but this may be right here the end of this 5-wave sequence. Okay, so that's one way to read that. So let's do the same thing in Bitcoin. So this may be wave 1, wave 2 right here. Okay. Let's see. No, this has to be. No, this could be it. Okay. Yeah, this is sufficient for a 5-wave move. Okay. So let's wait. Wait and see. It's a wait and see game. Okay, our bet is to the upside. Our large time frame analysis is to the upside. Okay, and with good reason, my friends, because if you go on the larger time frames, this is what the analysis shows, right? That daily bullish divergence is very strong. Is it going to play out? That's the question. Let's try and see this. I'm gonna stay on just a little bit more with you guys, and let's track this. Right, this may be the beginning of our uptrend for the next 6 months or so. But yeah, the issue with small time frame trading, and this is just an aside, and I've done it before, so I'm speaking from experience, is you can read the markets properly, but you literally have to, your margin of error is so small because you have to know exactly not only large time frame read, but the small time frame read. So it's not enough to know where the trend is going to play more or less, but you have to know exactly because your margins are so small. Right? That's what makes it a low probability affair. But, you know, it's attractive because you can make quite a lot of money, and you can make money regularly. You don't have to wait, right? But it's risky, and, you know, I don't know if it's worth the mental health that it takes to do successfully, because, like, I was doing it and I wasn't sleeping. I was not sleeping. You know, my friends and family can tell you, like, I was constantly checking the charts, constantly, you know, checking my positions. And, you know, all the while, I would do this with, you know, some spare money of my own. And then all the while I had some spot positions, right, that I just bought and held. So I never, you know, gambled, like, my investment money on that. But, you know, still, taking my own hard-earned money and trying to leverage trade it and losing and losing and losing and losing and winning a little bit and then losing and winning a little bit and losing. It's not easy. It just doesn't make sense when a lot of times my reads were correct. It's just, you know, for some reason I would set my margins a little smaller and I'd get stopped out of a move before it went and all that stuff. So anyway, but to each his own. Some people are really successful at it, but it's a minority of people, I can tell you that for sure. It looks like this may have been a wave 4. Okay, this may have been a wave 4. Let's look at our volume profile. And this may have been a wave 4. I think that was a wave 4. This was wave 3, wave 4 right here. This is wave 5. I don't know if for Bitcoin, this may have been the wave 5. But for ETH, I think that was wave 4. Okay, we're waiting. And what we're gonna wanna see is not just a big move, right? Not just a move, but we're gonna wanna see volume come in, right? Those are the telltale signs. We're gonna wanna see volume come in. Because if you get into a new impulsive trend, the volume typically supports it, right? And obviously it goes into the direction that you think it should go in. Okay, so let's see. Let's monitor. Guys, don't be shy. Tweet, let me know who you are, where you're from, what you're doing. If you're trading, are you day trading? Are you swing trading? Are you position trading? Are you trading on leverage? Are you trading on spot? Do you know nothing about crypto? Are you learning technical analysis? Are you Elliottian, right? Are you somebody who does Elliott wave? Do you do GAN? Do you do Wyckoff? Like, what do you know? Or do you know just some candlestick? Let me know. I'm interested. I'm curious. Waiting. Let's see. If this is going to be a bounce and it's alt season, this means that there's going to be some assets that are bouncing and have already bounced. Because obviously Bitcoin is not going to lead this market. You just saw Bitcoin dominance tanking. There's going to be some assets that are bouncing or have already bounced. So let's have a quick look at the crypto bubbles. The thing is, the crypto bubbles, I don't know, they're slow. So, but we're gonna try anyway. Let's try and see on the. We're gonna look at the top. Let's go on top 700. Okay. I don't know any of those. This is really like shitcoin territory. Top 600. Top 500. Nah, nothing really. Top 400. Top 300. Maybe MANC? I don't know that, but I'm gonna look it up. Okay. MANC and maybe Near Protocol or Nexo. Okay, let's look at MANC and Nexo. Okay, may have bounced already. But again, do you see this? This is what we're gonna want to see. We're going to want to see volume dwarf all the previous volume. This is going to be our telltale sign, and already you're seeing big volume in the opposite direction of this move, indicating an exhaustion of this selling trend. Okay, this is what we're gonna want to see. Obviously, our momentum indicators also showing us that, okay, we're likely going in an uptrend. Okay, not a downtrend. Okay, so still waiting for that. You got that kind of here in Cardano, right? And this volume is way smaller because it's corrective, okay? But this volume is more indicative. This volume is capitulative. This is indicative of the new trend. This is what you're seeing. This is how I'm seeing it. And again, this is your big A, your big B, right? This is what I'm seeing. Or maybe it's small a, small b, I don't know. Yeah, look, you're getting bounces. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised to get bounces in this market, my friends. Look at this big wick. Look at that. This is one of my big spot positions that I have with my investment firm, Cadena. This is my largest spot position. Look at that volume. It's a big volume. Look at that big wick. Remember we were talking about candlesticks? The body of the candle and then the wick showing strong buying pressure. That is a telltale sign, right? Look at what you got here. Look at what you got here. That's a lot of buying pressure right there, okay? Don't be surprised for a big move right here. Litecoin. This is one of my biggest leveraged positions. Leverage, you know, to the gills on Litecoin because I'm very bullish on Litecoin. I explained why on a Twitter thread, but it's essentially since the beginning of Litecoin's trading history, it's been in a leading diagonal, and it's in wave 4 right now, pivoting out of wave 4. And we all know that leading diagonals tend to print expanded or extended wave 5s. So I'm looking to take advantage of that. I think as a result, Litecoin's going to be particularly bullish, right? So yeah, big green volume candle. You're seeing that momentum is starting to cross bullish, right? And this looks like an AB base right here. Let's see, XRP, AB base, capitulative volume candle right here, signifying the exhaustion or end of this trend. VRA, ooh, same thing. See these big candles? A lot of volatility. Strong move in Polkadot. Another AB base in my estimation. Okay? Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised for a big move to the upside. BNB. Okay, that was most definitely a wave 4. So actually, yeah, that was a wave 4, and I think basically it's actually, look at this. Oh no, this is a 15-minute. Trying to get my bearings. What am I looking at here? Yeah, this is an AB base. Right? This is clearly an AB base. Big A. Here, let's draw it out. Big A, big B. Oh, sorry. Big B ends right here. Small A, 3-wave move. Small B, boom. That's your 2 degrees of consolidation reversal on the 15-minute time frame. That's going to take you up and out. And if you zoom out, you see that you're going up and out of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. AB basing right here. That's the AB basing that we just looked at on the 15-minute time frame. That takes you into, this is wave 1, this is wave 2. Expect wave 3. Okay. Zill, what are you doing? Zilliqa. Strong candle, big candle right here. Big candle. Signifying the end of the trend. Okay. I think that this is quite clearly some A/B basing on behalf of this asset right here. Boom, 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 boom. That's your big A, big B, small a, small b. I know I talk about this a lot, and people may not understand why I talk about this so much, but the key to any successful trading is understanding corrective price action, and more specifically, understanding consolidation reversal. That's it. You understand consolidation reversal, you will catch big trends, and you will catch market bottoms, and you will catch market tops. That's it. That's why I talk about this 80% of the time. And it's not popular because it's not a popular theory, and it's not a something that many people understand. It's quite technical, but it makes sense, and it is profitable. And if you're able, hey Osman, what's up? Osman says, hi, it is weird that the DXY got rejected, but BTC is still falling. It should turn around soon. I agree. Osman also says, and remember, Osman, the DXY is on the daily time frame, so we're looking at intraday moves. The day's not over. Bitcoin could be at 30K by the end of the day. That's an exaggeration, but who knows, you know? If we do get a big move, it may be there. All right. Osman also says that BTC waves also look like it made made WXY then dump, right? What would be the leg down we are in after the wave Y? Maurice says, to the moon. I agree. Maurice also says, check BCH. I'm curious, and Dash. Okay, I'll check out Bitcoin Cash and Dash for sure. So to answer Osman's question, the WXY then dump. That BTC waves also look like it made that WXY then dump. What would be the leg down we are in after the Y? I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. WXY's, simple 3 correction in Bitcoin. What time frame are you looking at, Osman? Okay, let's look at BCH and Dash for Maurice. Let's see. Yeah, so really quickly, let's end with Zilliqa. Big A, big B, small a, small b, right here. This is your big move you're expecting. Right? Again, don't keep it simple. Let's say you don't know how to read all that stuff. Use your indicators, but use them intelligently, right? A lot of people want to use every indicator under the sun. Just pick a few and figure it out. Volume is one indicator you should learn how to use quite adeptly, because it's one of those primary indicators that a lot of indicators are based off of, okay? Volume, when it decreases, that typically means that you're in consolidation, you're in corrective price action. When volume increases, it either means that you're in impulse or you're just finishing in impulse. Volume you typically see in wave 3 or wave 5, right? Or the beginning of an impulse, right? So decreasing volume as price decreases means that this is a corrective move, okay? That's what the volume is telling you, okay? The stochastic RSI, which I would recommend most people use against the regular RSI, nothing against the regular RSI, but if you're looking for price divergences, stochastic RSI is where it's at. From here, you have a lower low. From here, you have a higher low, right? That's cross bullish. It's confirmed. This will play out. It's not a question of if, it's when. The stochastic RSI indicator is telling you, volume indicator is telling you, the next big move is up right here, okay? So let's look at Bitcoin Cash. Let's just quick look at Bitcoin real quick. What's going on with Bitcoin? See all that volume? That means this, no, it's not that much. It's not that much volume, actually. It's just on the small time frame. On the 15-minute time frame, it's relatively large. Yeah, we're still doing this, I think, this AB base. Okay, Bitcoin Cash. BCH, a favorite. Well, it used to be a favorite in China before crypto was banned. Let's just look at the Coinbase chart. Okay. So 15-minute time frame. I'm seeing Bitcoin Cash do almost exactly what Bitcoin's doing, right? It put in an ending diagonal. 2, 3, 4, 5. You see that? Is that converging or diverging? What would you say? Yeah. I think it's a diverging. Ending diagonal. Okay. Anyway, you see ending diagonals only in ends of trends. Okay, so that was the end of trend. This is your initial break of structure, targeting wave 4 of the previous trend. Right there. Okay. So that's big A. This is big B. This is small a, apparently. This is small b. And now you have your reversal. This is your AB basing on a smaller time frame. You zoom out a little bit on the larger time frames. Let's go 4-hourly time frame. And Bitcoin Cash, actually, I haven't been looking at Bitcoin Cash, so this is the first time I'm looking at this. Okay, just like pretty much every other altcoin, May 12th signifies your orthodox low. Okay, that was, look at this big wick. That was the end of the downtrend, right? So that was May 12th. Since then, you put in your initial break of structure, targeting wave 4 of the previous trend. Your B wave, that was big B. That's your first degree of consolidation reversal, or AB basing. This is small a. This is a 3-wave move, a flat correction, small b. And then now you're putting in these 2 degrees of AB basing. And so you should see this show up on the momentum indicators. You go on the daily time frame. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So go on the daily time frame, turn on your momentum indicator, and you see strong, confirmed bullish divergence once again on the charts. The entire cryptocurrency market is set for a big move up. As you can see, higher low on the momentum indicator. You're even on the price action. That's strong bullish divergence. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Bitcoin Cash is going to the moon. Alright, so let's look at Dash. Let's clean this chart up. Dash. Okay, so Dash. Let's start on the daily time frame. Whoops. Okay. Once again, May 12th, your orthodox low. Big A. Yeah. Big A targeting wave 4 of the previous trend. Then you got some zigzag for B. Then you got 1, 2, 3. Actually, let me see. Nope. This is small a right here. And this is a very bullish running flat for small b. This is your 2 degrees of AB basing. A, B, boom. Bam. You should see it. Again, volume's decreasing as price is decreasing. That means volume wants to go against price. You go into your momentum indicators. You should see, once again, strong bullish divergence. Boom. Right here. So everything's looking more or less the same. It's either in impulse or close to being in impulse, okay? Either in impulse, like Ethereum, like BNB started impulsing on July 13th or close to being an impulse. Okay. Let's go back on the small time frame and hang out with Bitcoin here. See what it's doing. Yeah, guys. I hope you guys are So Maurice says, by the way, bro, you should activate super chat so the people who get in your live and send you tips. I don't even know how to do that, but I'll look into it, Maurice. Thanks for the suggestion. Osman says, I'm looking at the one you showed at the beginning of the stream when you start counting ABC. It also makes WXY, it looks like. I don't know how much about it, but I wanted to see what you think. What time frame, Osman? Are you talking about the one, because I don't remember the beginning of the stream. It was so long ago. Are you talking about, oh yeah, Maurice, yeah, I can definitely increase my voice volume. Let me do that now. I turned it down earlier. I messed with all the settings, but maybe I shouldn't have. Alright, let's do this. So my mic right here should be up. Okay. Alright, that should be better. Alright, Osman says 4 hour and the daily. Okay, let's look at the daily. So Bitcoin on the daily. And what exactly were you referring to? Are you referring to my master chart, the one that I have with all of the Elliott wave counts, or just a regular chart? I think I want to say you're referring to this, no? I look at this on the weekly, by the way. You referring to this? If you're referring to this, let me know. But yeah, after this ABC, you go back into impulse just like you were over here. And this first wave of this minor wave 1 took 406 days. Wave 3 is typically more impulsive and, faster. I have it taken 200 plus days. So maybe less than half the time, or about half the time. Okay, let's go back. Small time frame. Let's try and catch this move on the small time frames. 15 minutes. Auto log off. Okay. Let's keep volume on because we want to see how volume reacts. Let's see. So your question, Osman, was start counting ABC. It also makes WXY, it looks like. So you're referring to, Osman, when you say it also makes WXY, are you referring to the whole count being like the big ABC move? The big flat correction? When you say it also makes WXY? I don't really understand. All right, we're gonna watch this for a few more minutes, try to catch the big bounce, and then call it a stream. Has anything else bounced yet? Anything else bounced yet? Okay, looks like EOS is maybe closest. ZIL, Bitcoin Cash, right? Bitcoin Cash. Dash, ready to cross on the small time frames. Cardano, okay. Yeah, Osman, I'm not quite sure I understand the question, but you can always feel free to email me a chart or whatever you want using the email associated with the YouTube channel. Let's see. Let's have a peek at what the SPX is doing. Okay, it looks like it's also doing some kind of AB basing here. These are small time frame moves, so. But still, although this is a small time frame move, this is a very important move. This is a very, very important bounce. Let me not understate that. Let me not understate that. Alright, we're gonna wait just a few more minutes to see if we can't catch this bounce together. If not, I'm gonna call it a stream and get on with my day. Anything bounce yet? Dot looks close. Dot looks close. And this is really, I think, important to note. You know, if you're doing sort of day trading and you're trying to trade corrective waves, you know, more power to you. It's very challenging, hard to read. you know, these corrective moves, because there's just so many ways, shapes, sizes, you know, there's so many different ways these corrective patterns can play out, okay? But you're getting 3%, right? If you're lucky, 4% moves, right? If you did this move perfectly from the top to the bottom, 4% on a short, on a corrective move. You may be very, very, not disappointed, but it's nothing compared to the move that we're going to get in reaction, right, to the completion of this correction, right? It's nothing. So, I mean, you can do both. You can both short and long, but in order to take advantage of this move right here, you gotta read it and try and build your positions for it, right? So, you know, you just have so much attention, so much bandwidth. If your bandwidth is set, being expended trying to take advantage of these small moves up and down, you may not be able to both read and trade the larger time frame moves, you know? Some people can do both, but it's rare. Okay, what's going on? This is this the, remember I talk about AB bases being a recursive pattern, right? They just happen over and over and over until you can't perceive them anymore and the trend breaks. Might we be in this region right here, right? Where you saw this degree, you saw this degree, you saw this degree, you saw this degree. You're not seeing the smaller degrees until it breaks. That's likely. That's likely. Let's see. Again, remember, we're looking for volume. We're looking for volume. We're waiting for a big volume spike and a big move to the upside. We're looking for a violent move to the upside because although we're on the 15-minute time frame, this would represent the turn of a 460 some odd day pattern, right? This would represent the culmination of an 80-day AB base, sort of a large degree, high time frame AB base pattern. All right, let's just have a quick look. What's everybody else doing? Cardano, SHIB. Okay, Kadena. When Kadena moves, it moves. I don't know if you guys remember when Kadena went and did like a ridiculous, I don't know, 2,000-3,000% in such a short amount of time. My brother called me. He's like, dude, I just made like 5 figures on Kadena. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I told him, be careful. But, you know, I'm happy he made some money. But this one's a mover. This one's a mover. See, Litecoin looks like it's responding well. Bounced right here. Reserve rights looks like it bounced well. XRP looking like it's bouncing. ETH, I'm not worried about. Never worried about Ethereum. It's already an impulse. So I'm never worried about the things that are already an impulse. Binance, Dodo, ETH, EOS. It's Bitcoin that's been lagging. It's Bitcoin that we're waiting for. crypto's bouncing. Alright, is Litecoin gonna be first to go? Is Litecoin gonna be first to go? Cardano? What do the crypto bubbles say? Oh, we wanted to look at Nexo, didn't we? We didn't look at Nexo. Let's have a quick peek, because the crypto bubbles say that that bounced. Yeah, this chart's not very pretty. It doesn't have that much data to it, so I don't know. But big volume. Let's just zoom out for a second. Not bad. Nice cup and handle. Strong bullish divergence. Strong volume. Yeah, it's looking good. Looks good. Right, just a few more minutes to see if we can't catch this pump together. If not, I'm gonna sign out. Call it a stream. Guys, I hope you're having a great Tuesday. We're having a great day. Hey Milad, what's up? How's the volume of my voice and the music? I know you think the music is annoying, but I hope it's not too loud. Anybody giving us a big bounce? Zill's still in A wave. Oh. Yeah, sorry. I mean, it just relaxes me, you know? So Milad says, he doesn't think the music is fun. It's just, you know, because I stay on stream for so long. I'll tell you that when I started trading for the first time, I got really nervous. I would get really, really nervous and anxious. And the only thing that would help with the anxiousness, to a certain extent, it obviously didn't quell all my anxiousness, but I would listen to classical music to try and calm my nerves when I was making trades. I was day trading. And so that's why I play classical music on my live streams, just because when I trade, it's something I've always done. Yeah, so Milad, I was looking at the Pi Cycle top indicator, and we can have a look at it in a second right now. I think all those indicators that you see, you know, all the major indicators are flashing bullish, right? Even I heard that the Gaussian channel was flashed green. It flashed bullish. But Pi Cycle top indicator is basically showing a bottom. And this is something that doesn't flash bottoms too often. And when I talked about this yesterday, I mentioned the divergence between these two moving averages, right? The green and the orange. Never in Bitcoin's history have you seen these two moving averages be so far apart, right? Even here in 2012, they weren't as far apart as they are now, right? And that's when you know that they have to snap back, and for them to snap back, obviously price has to come up, and that would make the orange indicator go up. So yeah, I think all of those indicators, the pi cycle top, our hodl wave, and Collins index is basically showing a bottom, right? This is anything from 0 to 10, just buy. Close your eyes and buy. If you're doing, if you're trying to trade the bottom of the bear market. But yeah, you can look at that. Like, I don't do the Gaussian channel, but for people who look at that, all that stuff is flashing bullish. I'm more price action, Elliott wave, corrective waves, and that to me has been indicating a bottom for some time. It's just a question of how many iterations of AB base consolidation reversal are we going to get, and, how big are they going to be, all that stuff. So that's why I can't say in this day, on this time, at this time, we're gonna get that God candle, but I know it's soon, and I know it's close, and I'm betting a lot of money on it, quite literally. Let's see. Come on, somebody give us a move. You want a pump? I think it's soon. Yeah, so Milad says, do you think that we will have a short bull run just like 2019? Because this also looks a lot like a long correction, just like March 2020. So just to answer that really quickly, let's go in our master plan. This is how long I think this bull run will last. This is why I'm saying a 6 month. This correction, Milad, was 450 some odd days, okay? So let's go on the weekly time frame. Look at this weekly candle. Look at that. That's funny. It's just a big wick. Obviously, if it closed this way, it would be problematic, but I don't believe that it's going to close that way at all. Okay, so this correction has lasted from approximately April of 2021 all the way till, you can say, if you want to count the consolidation, you can. So we can count the consolidation. That's 500 days, okay? Without counting the consolidation, that's 434 days. A lot of people in crypto, they count this as a bull run. They count that as a bull run, that B wave. Although you're making higher highs and higher lows, you are still in correction. That's a corrective pattern. That's a ABC flat correction. So I would just say it's a 450-day correction, and it's approximately the same time it took for you to go up in that first wave. Remember, in Elliott wave theory, waves of the same degree are comparable in time and in price. So for this minor wave 1, you went up 385 days, about 400 days, yeah? For this minor wave 2, not counting the consolidation, you went down about 420 days. All right, so 385, 420, it's comparable. Again, waves of the same degree are comparable in time and in price. Right now, you're getting a subsequent consolidation reversal pattern that lasted about 80 days, right, into your wave 3, which I think, so that's when you want to look at, okay, this seemed to have taken a long time, then this should take a long time. Not necessarily, because this is correcting that, not this, right? So this is corrective of that. This is a response to that. This wave 1, wave 2 is a response to wave 1. Wave 4 will be a response to wave 3. That's why I think wave 4 will take quite, it shouldn't take too long, because I don't think wave 3 will take too long. I think it's, Q1 of 2023, and that's all she wrote. Obviously, we can go up above here, right, and take a little longer, but I don't think it's going to take much longer. I think Q1 of 2023 is a safe bet that I'm seeing on Bitcoin, that I'm seeing with equities, that I'm seeing with the DXY. I would say that's a safe bet for a market top. Let's go back to, let's just scan this real quick. Tron, did we get a bounce in Tron? Nah, not really. I'm looking for some green anywhere. Synthetics is really red, but because it was really green. Synthetics has been going really strong. Synthetics has been going really strong. What is this? Right here. Oh, that's still impulsive. Synthetics may be printing a leading diagonal. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 with a massively bullish wave 5. Remember, leading diagonals, wave 5 typically extended to the 1618 of waves 1 through 3 retracement of wave 4. So I think that's what synthetics is giving us. And at the same time, you're retesting this right here in synthetics. Ooh, that looks really good. Synthetics looks really, really, really good. I want in on that. Let's see. Okay, so we're looking for our bounce, we're looking for our bounce, we're looking for our bounce. I'm gonna do 5 more minutes. Whether we get our bounce or not, I'm gonna call it a stream. So Milad says, because I think we will go 80K in 2023. That's so everybody with these really short do you understand? Let me just go back to our. And obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen either. Far be it for me to tell you this is not going to happen. This is just not what the charts are saying. That's all I'm saying. People who don't think that we can go. Look, okay, so just look at this. I just want to show you this. I think I can speak more clearly just showing you on the chart. If we were to go to 80K, first of all, that wouldn't make any sense. We have resistance here around 66K, right? That's our previous all-time high. The next resistance is a long resistance, a parabolic resistance that we've held since pretty much the beginning of Bitcoin. And you can see that here with this dotted line, right? That's going to be at 100K. And it's funny because that's a psychological, really strong level for a lot of people. 6 figures for Bitcoin, yeah? And you can see that right here. It's about 126, maybe a little beneath there, okay? But 80K is it doesn't mean anything. 80K is a no man's land. Between 60K and 126K, there's nothing. So once we make all-time high and we retest all-time high, we basically go into 6 figures effortlessly. And remember, if this is going to be an impulse, remember what you did. People always forget what they did. They don't have really good context of it. If you're not looking at the chart, it's hard to think of money, appreciating so quickly, or an asset appreciating so quickly. In this first wave of Bitcoin's price action, you went in 392 days, say 400 days, you did 1,500%, okay? Why would you put in another impulse and do 200%? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. You're my projection of 1.7 million may seem like really crazy, but that's just a 9,000, 10,000% increase, okay? Remember, wave 1 is typically 161% of, or sorry, wave 3 is typically 161% of wave 1. All I'm saying here is that, so let's say you had a really conservative wave 3. That means instead of putting in 1,500%, you're putting in twice plus 61%. So what's 161 times 1,500? Whatever that is. So let's double it. So that gives you 200%, right? So that would be 3,000%. So let's say like 2,600%. So you should expect, very conservatively, a 2,600% Bitcoin. A 2,600% rise would be $500,000. Do you see what I mean? Like, that's just consistent with what you did between March of 2020 and April of 2021. And I know people say law of diminishing returns, whatever, but like that's so, it seems so, what's the word? Arbitrary. It's like a chart's a chart's a chart. Like, trends are trends. They do what they do. I still don't see this as a bear market. I see it as a bear market when we crash at 11K. With price, do you think we go at December at 2022? How low do you think we go? I think to near 17 and a half. I think we're there, Milad. And here are the reasons for why I think we're there. Really quickly, because I've been over this before, but if you look and you take this ABC flat correction, you hit 1618. So this ABC, you hit the phi ratio, the golden mean, 1618, okay? The C, okay? Also, you're at this support right here of your previous all-time high of 19.9, right? You're at that, okay? And then the other reason is this is a double zigzag right here, 1, 2, 3, okay? So if you take your waves A, B, C, you get between 1 and 1, 2, 3, 6, which you should expect these double zigzags or any, most flat corrections target between 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6. That's what you have. So those are the reasons I think that's it. In terms of like setting a macro low, you know, I don't see 17 and a half in play, but obviously I could be wrong. This is all a game of probabilities, but I think it's highly probable that we're done for the big retracements to the downside. And obviously also, you know, you factor in my price action, AB basing. All right, so are we finally getting a move up? A lot of sideways price action here. All right, this is last candle I'm waiting on. If this doesn't happen, I'm gonna call it a stream. Okay, let's see. Has anything else moved? More AB basing. I see more AB basing. Yeah, I think this is a bear trap, but you know, it depends who you're talking about and what time frame they're trading, right? Because some people are trading the 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame, and if they took profit, good on them. They got their 3%, 4% move to the downside. But I don't, you know, what am I going to do for 4%? I can't pay my mortgage with 4%. I can't pay my car note with 4%. Maybe I can pay my car note, but you know, what are you going to do with 4%, right? if you're at a macro bottom and you've been oversold for months, you're at the end of a 450-day corrective move. Like, what's the point of shorting? If anything, it makes sense to just accumulate your longs, accumulate your spot buys, accumulate your leverage positions. I don't know. That's personally how I see it. And I'll happily wait until that move plays out, right? It's just, most people can't be patient, so that's kind of what wrecks most people in the markets, right? That's one of the reasons why people day trade. They want fast money, but it's significantly harder, and I know because I'm speaking from experience. The more impatient you are, the more you're likely to do reckless things, get into reckless trades. The more decisions you have to make, the likely you are to slip up. Your win rate goes down. You lose sight of the larger trends. And you can't take advantage of market lows because you're in another world. Okay, so RSR seems to have bounced quite nicely. Maybe this comes down a little bit like this before it pumps. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it continues. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. As long as it bounces. That's all I care about. I don't care about short time frame price action. Okay, XRP is looking good. Veracity's looking good. DOT is looking good. Looking promising. Okay, let's look at a higher time frame. Let's see if we have any crossing. Okay, the hourly time frame is completely bottomed out. The 4-hourly time frame, or that's the 8-hourly. I don't care about the 8-hourly. 4-hourly time frame is bearish, but it would naturally cross. The daily time frame still has that bullish divergence, that confirmed bullish divergence. It's confirmed. Okay, let's see. All right, is this it? I'm waiting for it. But yeah, for people who think we're going down, this may be a bear trap. I think and I've spoken about this before, the reason people are waiting for 13K is because Garrett Soloway said it. And Garrett Soloway is on Kitco News, he's on Around the Blockchain, he's all over the internet. And, I guess he's a good trader. I don't know. I guess he's okay. But what he said makes absolutely no sense. Here's what he said. He said his main reason for 13K I can explain in 5 seconds. Let me go on the day chart. And no shade to anybody because, honestly, you make mistakes. That doesn't mean you're a bad trader or bad chartist. Nobody has 100% win rate, and that's not the whole point. The point is to win more than you lose. But I think this is what he said, and the reason he said it, I think is a crucial mistake. And it has nothing to do with that call, right? Because he's also hedging. Obviously, he's probably bought some in case he's wrong. But I think what's dangerous about that read is the reason he said it. It's this. He's saying 13K because this. He's taking the measurement of this move right here, this consolidation, and then putting it here and saying, we still have yet to go 12 to 13K. And the big problem with that is your inability to understand when to use the log scale. That is actually a serious problem. That even if he's wrong and it doesn't hurt him now, that's a fundamental issue in your ability to analyze charts. If you as a serious professional chartist don't know how to use your charts, like how to read your charts. A log scale is there for a reason. You can't faithfully represent price action between 68,000 and 17,000 without the log scale. It's warped. You have to put on the log scale if you want to measure things appropriately. And if he put on his log scale, he would see that this move, this double zigzag, is complete. That's like, ideologically or fundamentally, what he's doing makes sense and is actually correct. He's measuring the one Fibonacci extension of this WXY, this 1, 2, 3 double zigzag, WXY. And that's a good way to do it. But you have to know to go on the log scale to do it, or else, your target is completely off. I mean, the difference between 19K and 13K is very, very important, right? So that's why most people are waiting for 13K, because Garrett Soloway said 13K, and he's influential, and they saw how he made that read, and they're like, well, I guess that's how you make it. That's not how you make it. This may be it. This may be our move. All right. What we want to see once again is volume. We want to see volume. Okay, volume confirmation of the move. Let's look and see. All right. Cardano's responding. Again, I know most people are like, what are you talking about? This is obviously a bear trend. This is a short-term time frame bear trend. This is just consolidation for more dump. And I'd say to you, as Morpheus says in the Matrix, my beliefs do not require for anyone to adopt them or for you to believe them, right? Like, I understand, I have a decent read on price action, okay? I'm price action literate. And that, to me, if you zoom out, this is consolidation reversal. This is a B wave of a consolidation reversal, not an impulse to the downside, targeting sub 19K or something like that. Looks like we are getting some strong bounces in the market, okay? But again, you want to see volume. You want to see big volume corroborating, supporting the move. And obviously volume doesn't always come immediately. It comes in progressively. But at the end of the day, on the 4-hourly time frame, on the hourly time frame, you're going to want to see big volume spikes. Okay, let's just look at Bitcoin. Yeah, Milad says, this also looks a lot like 2014 when it crashed 2 times near the bottom. Yeah, it's all, because everybody's trading something different, Everybody has different liquidation levels and stop loss levels, and, some people are trading in short time frames. Some people are trading large time frames. Like, for me, this is a move to the downside. This isn't a crash. But if I'm trading on the 15-minute time frame, that's a crash, right? And if my stops are like here, that sucks. If my liquidations are here, that sucks. But if I'm still comfortable in my positions, it's nothing. As long as this is indeed not an impulse, but a simple correction consolidation, then we're okay. Let me just see something real quick. Yeah, just, the name of the game is stay alive. Stay alive in your positions. If you've been accumulating long positions, either margin or spot, obviously if it's spot, there's nothing to be said. Like, the only way you can lose is if you sell. So just don't sell. Just step away from it, forget about it, and wait. But if you're leveraged, the name of the game is, protect those liquidation levels, protect those stop losses, and you know, there is such a thing as a controlled drawdown. Some people will say, you know, I heard that, I don't know, one of the market wizards, what's his name? I forget his name, but a legendary trader said, you know, averaging losses is just stupid, and, you know, it's the best way to lose a lot of money. Yeah, maybe for him. But I'm in controlled drawdowns on some of my positions, and my edge is, and my risk management is my read on the market. Knowing that, okay, I want to keep that position alive. I'm not going to cut it, and I'm going to add to the margin. I'm going to average down. I'm going to control the drawdown to make sure that they're protected, because with a high degree of probability, once we get to this level, we're going to bounce, and we're going to bounce strong. You know what I mean? So, trading is a very personal endeavor. You shouldn't try and copy anybody, because again, you don't know their position sizing, you don't know their purse size. You know, you have to find something that works for you. But at the end of the day, hopefully you can take advantage of the big moves. Oh, good for you. Milad said he bought 19K 2 months ago. Okay, and then altcoin ENS. So let's look at Ethereum name service real quick for Milad, and then we're gonna head out, just because it's been a epically long stream. But it's fine. I like streaming, it's fun. Okay, so ENS, Ethereum name service. Let's do the same thing. Okay, let's just see what we're seeing here. So on this 15-minute time frame, immediately what we can see using our stochastic RSI indicator is we can see strong bullish divergence. We can see a lower low in price action and a higher low on the stochastic RSI. All right, granted this is a 15-minute time frame, so out of context, you know, it wouldn't necessarily mean anything, but in context, we know that that's going to result in a strong bounce on the higher time frames, because we know that the entire market is bullish on the higher time frames. ENS seems to have started. Let's see. It seems to have started its bull run on July 13th, like Ethereum, like BNB, like synthetics, yeah, like a few other altcoins, right? And we can see that here. You have this orthodox low on May 12th. Do you see that right here? May 12th, that's big A. This is big B. That's really clear and easy to see. This is clear as small a. This is clear composed small b, flat correction. Okay, again, July 13th, you start your bull run right here. Okay, so let's clean that up. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have an extended wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of like Ethereum. This is very much like Ethereum's chart. Okay, Ethereum also put in an extended wave 1, and it makes sense. It's the Ethereum name service, right? So right here you have your wave 2 correction. Okay, so let's take your Fibonacci retracement level from, would it be here? Okay, maybe it's here. Okay, yeah. So this is 5 waves up and 3 waves down, and the 3 waves down look something like this. Let's see. A, B, C, right there. That's your flat correction, okay? And let's just time this really quickly. That's 16 days up. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I was right the first time. It's too long on the way down. So I think it goes something like this. From July 13th, you go up for 24 days. And then from here, from the top, you go down for about 24 days. There you go. Waves of the same degree are comparable or sometimes equal in time and in price. That's what you see right here. Okay, so you see 1, 2, this is a zigzag of some sort, okay? let's see. A, B, C. There we go. That's it. Harder to read on the daily time frame, but I want to stay on the daily time frame. I don't want to spend too much time here. So that's your 3-wave zigzag, okay, wave 2 correction, and then here's your AB basing right here, okay. So, and once again, you have strong bullish divergence on the daily time frame. You have a lower low here, you have equal double bottom here on the stochastic RSI on the daily time frame. The next big move is up. It's not a question of if, it's when. And your volume has been decreasing as price is decreasing. That confirms that this is corrective to this impulse. This is the trend. This is the counter trend. Expect the trend to continue. That's ENS. All right, let's give a glance at Bitcoin, and then we're going to call it a stream. Okay, is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Are we still in some type of AB basing, or are we going to break it finally to the upside? Squeeze some shorts. Make some positive price action for once in a while. What's going to happen, huh? Right? We're looking a little bouncy. Okay, that's pretty much it. All right, so guys, like I said, I'm bullish for the next 6 months. Those are the reasons why. The stream's already crazy long, but whatever, it's fine. I hope you guys got value. Yeah, I mean, Milad says BTC pump, ENS will also pump. I also believe that ENS will go back to $40 one day. It's not just going to go back to $40. Remember, if you made an all-time high before, you're not just going to remake that all-time high. You're going to destroy that all-time high. Your all-time high, okay, here, let me just, last thing I'm going to say. This is how it works. 5 waves up, 3 waves down, all right? That's basic Elliott wave theory. This is your all-time high after wave 1, okay? Your wave 2, you come down. People who don't really know how to read charts or don't know anything about technical analysis think, oh, it's over. We're going to go and make a new lower low. It's, you know, whatever. It's end of the world. If you know how to read charts, you understand that this wave 2 is a correction of this wave 1. Wave 3 is not just going to continue wave 1, but sometimes it's going to completely dwarf wave 1, because in this, you know, just quick hand drawing, wave 3 is kind of like the same size of wave 1, but technically speaking, we tend to see wave 3 as about 160% of wave 1, okay? So that previous high, you're gonna break and destroy on the way up. So actually, so much so that some Elliottians don't enter trades until wave 2 is printed. Their risk management, when they're doing day trading, suggests that you want to see your wave 1, and you know, once you're in impulse, it's easy and clear to see. You want to see wave 1 before you even think about getting into a trade. Wait for your entries on wave 2, so you don't care about that initial high. Get in somewhere on wave 2. You know that you're not just going to break that high, you're going to exceed it substantially, okay? So yes, if ENS had an all-time high of 40, it's going to be a lot higher than 40, because that was the previous all-time high. And if you're in impulse, you're not just going to double top rather. All right, that's it for me, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Enjoy the pump. Enjoy the positive price action. Hope you're well positioned. Take care. Bye.